Welcome to episode 6 of the GOAT Deluxe amp. Hope you enjoy the show. Okay, we're making some real good progress here on our amp, and as you can see, I've got a load of orange here. So let me just walk through what I've done real quickly. I'm not going to go into every detail, and then we'll talk a little bit about what the next steps are going to be. Entire power section's done, obviously. I have all the connections that I need up to the output tubes, the 6 AQ5s, with the exception of the output transformer. I haven't mounted the output transformer yet. In the last video that I showed you, the output transformer that I was mentioning was not the one I'm going to use in this amp. I think it was JP that correctly identified the fact that the one I showed didn't have a center tap. But I am going to use a center tap. It's a Hammond 125H. And we'll probably end up installing that in the next video. So that's the only connections that I haven't made on the output tubes, which is pin 5 here and pin 5 here. And then we'll get that, and I'll show you where I'm going to mount it because I had a question about that. I did find a problem on the schematic. This 0.033 microfarad cap goes to a dot, and it just kind of sits there and does nothing. It's not connected to anything. Let's see if we can zoom in on that for you. Right there. Alright, but we're going to use a little bit of logic here, and we're going to say, okay, that dot should probably be connected right here. So that's what I've done. I connected this to pin 7, and it goes to a 56K resistor. You got to remember, this is the inverter tube, so that just makes logical sense. So pulling this back again, let's screw that down. There you go. So we have all of this done up to the 12AX7. The only thing I haven't really done so far up here is I need a 25 microfarad cap, which I don't have. It's on the way. And that goes to pin 8 and to pin 3. Remember, this is all the same tube here. And I need a 1.5K resistor connected to the same place, and they all go to ground. So I haven't done that yet. I still have the ground coming off of the volume pot to connect. I also have a 6.8K resistor on the faceplate that I haven't connected to ground yet. And then, of course, I haven't done the input yet, which is a 68K resistor to pin 2 and a 1 meg to ground. So we're really, really close, though. So it's just a question of getting that 25 microfarad cap in there. And we're good. So let me show you what it looks like at the moment, and we'll be right back. Okay, here's our wiring. Very simple. You'll see I've got a number of terminal strips here, and everything is pretty much there. This is the terminal strip I'm going to use for those 25 microfarad caps. Everything else is pretty much ready to go. This is my wire for my input. This wire here goes to the transformer, the output transformer center tap. Everything else is pretty much done. So not a lot going on here. That's pretty much it. And I have decided that I'm going to mount the output transformer back here. So it's going to go, again, I'm going to use this one, but it's not the right one. This is going to get mounted like so, right back here. And the reason why I can do that is I've determined what case I'm going to put this in. That's going to be a surprise for you guys in the next episode. But I know exactly what I'm going to mount this in. I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. So the output transformer will be mounted on the side of the chassis, right here, like so. And that's going to be how we tackle that. So not much more going on here with this thing. It's pretty straightforward. I do and will dress these wires better. I'm trying to keep all the signal wires together and all the power wires separate, and we'll be able to do that. And the trick with wires in this kind of amp is when you have a audio wire crossing a power wire, you always want to do it like this. Okay? You never want to do it like this or like this. You want to create a complete cross like that. So we're going to dress all these up and clean that up and get this in a better place before we start testing it. Because we are going to throw it up on the oscilloscope and we're going to check for noise. Right? We're going to put no signal through it. We're just going to turn it up, connect the scope, turn it on, and see what kind of noise floor we get. That's what it's called, a noise floor. And hopefully it'll be, just a few milliamps. It won't be that much. But we'll see. That's how we'll know if it'll be a clean amp or a noisy amp. And then what we'll do is we'll put a audio generator into the input, which is up here, and we'll put a dummy load, you remember my dummy load box, and we'll connect the scope, and we'll watch the shape of the signal and see how it looks. So we've got all that to look forward to. I think I've showed you this already. All my wiring for the power section has been corrected, and everything's where it needs to be at this point. And I think that's it. We're good. So I'm going to keep this a short video because there's really not much more to talk about. Once I get those capacitors in, then we'll be able to wrap this up and start testing. So that's the story. Oh, then one last thing. This meter that goes in the front. We're going to connect that to the output, the speaker output jack, which is going to end up somewhere back here as well with the transformer. And this way, when you're using the amp, this volume knob will move, and there's going to be a resistor that we need to do that. If I'm going to take a guess at this point and say it's probably like 25K, but we'll use the decade box when the time comes and figure that out. Anyway, that's it for this one, guys. Take care.